you guys are also on the philanthropy side. You're involved in a number of projects.
Yeah.
I know you're
lots of projects. Yeah, the one that we really hang our hat on, the one that has been my primary charity of choice is Parenting with Dignity. I look back at what was really ultimately important to me as I was growing up, and what has really shaped my life. And my parents were the ones that kind of shaped who I am and where I'm at. And those of us that have great parents, who, even my wife and myself, we have 4 happy, healthy kids, but I went through all those years of school and nobody ever taught me anything about being a dad.
It's work.
It's the world's easiest job to get and the hardest one to do well,
what is the Parenting with Dignity programs, try to help with and assist with?
We try to give parents, very simply, tools to effectively communicate their own morals and values to their kids. We don't have our own moral, ethical agenda. That comes from the parents. That's not our responsibility. What we try to do is to give parents very effective, very simple tools for communicating their morals and their values with their own children. Simple things like different ways to send messages of love. How to tell your kids. The simplest one for me, and I still fall into this trap and have over time. It's just common sense things like tell them what you expect. So the complex way to say that is end any criticism with a statement of expected results, which taken simply it means tell them what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do, right? So we get in there, we're just continually saying, stop that, don't do that, quit doing that. What we do instead is say, why don't you do this instead? And you give them something to do instead of something to stop doing. And that's allowed, and then you go beyond that and you're like, okay, what would be, Stu, what would be a better thing to be doing right now? And they get pretty creative, and all of a sudden, a lot of that stuff goes away. But it's really simple stuff. We've worked in all 50 states. We were involved in prison systems. We're involved in PTAs. We're involved in church groups. I think we're the official parenting curriculum for 30 state PTAs. So we've really had some great success. We've reached over 2 million families with our program. And it's hard to quantify the results, but we've seen some very, very dramatic results in all walks of life. So it's been fun.
Well, it definitely takes a community with the family, and I think that's great work because it's like you said, none of us really take parenting courses, and it's a shame. I mean, like you said, it's easier to get a driver's license than it is to be a dad. So,
the other thing that's been kind of cool with it though is that it's a football player and my dad is an old football coach that are presenting this stuff, and it's because of that it's not kind of technical psychological jargon. It's a couple of football guys talking about common sense ideas for being a better parent, and that's allowed us to reach more dads than you normally would. So it's been really good. It's been really, really rewarding.
I bet it is. And again, I'd love to talk to you more offline about it because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, you can. Anybody that's watching, if you want to find out more on that side, go to parentingwithdignity.com and check us out. It's pretty powerful stuff.